Hello everyone and welcome back to AustinPlus Commentate, where today we are answering a very similar question to yesterday's video, which is what is the best Spider-Man movie? If you watched yesterday's video, it was all about the Batman movies, and obviously if we're talking in a different universe, Spider-Man is arguably if not more popular than Batman. That's open for debate, I will say that much. So I thought we'd explore this avenue a bit more as well. Again, this is all in my opinion. If you do have a different opinion, please leave a comment below, and obviously we can get a conversation going on this aspect as well. So without further ado, let's get into it. Obviously with the iconic Tobey Maguire movies, these movies I did think were amazing because of the villain selections. Obviously the Rogues Gallery for Spider-Man I think is one of the most popular things out there, but the plots and everything I think set the tone for this Spider-Man franchise or trilogy. And this was an iconic trilogy, don't get me wrong, but it also depends on what era you come from. I would say he is my second favorite. I know for a fact what Spider-Man film I like more. He is by far my second favorite Spider-Man out there. But Tobey Maguire's his story was good. His character was good. The villains were good, and so was the whole idea, the J. Jonah Jameson and his relationships with certain characters such as MJ and Gwen Stacy. But one thing that really put me off about that franchise was MJ. I hated her. She was the main villain of the whole trilogy in my opinion. So that's one thing I didn't like sitting with throughout the whole of that trilogy. With Andrew Garfield, it is so many people's favorites, but for years I am still that one person that just doesn't see it. I was never a fan of the Andrew Garfield movies. Don't get me wrong, I love him as an actor, but I just didn't like these Spider-Man movies. Both of these movies I was, again, as I said, I'm never a fan, but I appreciate the attempted villains like Lizard and Electro, but none of them really added up to what they showed in No Way Home. And I think that big difference, because you had Electro look comic accurate in No Way Home, but why couldn't you do that before? I definitely think if you stuck with that comic accurate or different interpretation to Electro back then, it would have been good. Apologies to the internet for those who really like Andrew Garfield, because I am aware that he is one of people's favorites, but he just wasn't mine. Now with Tom Holland, these movies were the first live action Spider-Man movies I ever went to go and see in theaters. So this to me felt more like a privilege compared to the others, because I didn't see them in theaters until very recently. Last year, it might have been 2 years ago, they did they released every single Spider-Man movie every single week. So it was Spider-Man 1, Spider-Man 2, Spider-Man 3, The Amazing Spider-Man, so on and so forth. And it was a lead up to the No Way Home director's cut or extended cut. So I went to go and see that. I went to go and see all of these movies, and so I've seen every Spider-Man movie in theater. But it still resonates with me by the fact that this Spider-Man is something I grew up with. I like Tom Holland as an actor, and I think this whole storyline of being introduced into the MCU, and with the whole No Way Home, and then now they're setting up Spider-Man 4. The stories are amazing. The Rogues Gallery is just insane. So I still prefer these movies than the others. And I know that's a very unpopular opinion. I thought this was common knowledge, and but apparently not a lot of people do. But this is what I come back to. It comes to what is what era were you born in, and will probably define which Spider-Man you like more. The other Spider-Man that we had was in the Into the Spider-Verse movies, or Miles Morales. Now I love the animated movies because they bring so much value, and you got to see every type of Spider-Man out there in the whole universe, and it was so cool. So these movies I definitely would say are iconic, and I do remember every Saturday, but this was before COVID, and this is a tiny story. Every Saturday after school, this was before COVID times, I would always be the first to wake up. And I would go downstairs to the living room, and I would just every Saturday put on Into the Spider-Verse. I don't know why, I just did. And it was then after that I would have my breakfast and then get on with my day. But that is one core memory I remember so much, but I still don't know why I did that. Across the Spider-Verse, I watched it. I didn't manage to see it in cinemas, which I was really, really annoyed about. But I did end up watching it, and it was a good movie. The storyline was great, but it just this I would say was overall better than the whole of the Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield movies.
What did he say?
Because this actually does link so many things. We got an appearance from Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield in No Way Home, and then this movie explained the whole multiverse with the Spider-Man. It brought this all full circle. So, and these movies obviously had such great animation, such a great story and a plot, and I love the Miles Morales story. So that's again another bit I really enjoyed. I thought I'd put this in here just because, but I was never a fan of the Spider-Man Lego movies, in terms of like the Legoverse. But I did enjoy them more as a kid. I used to watch many of the Lego like shorts that they would release. But compared to the ones that we have now, there is no question that these ones don't hold up at all. But the best Spider-Man movie, in my opinion, is Spider-Man No Way Home. That goes without saying. It was my favorite Spider-Man movie out there. But everyone, that is the end of today's video. I do hope you all enjoyed it. And if you did, please leave a like and subscribe and comment what else you would like to see on this channel. And without further ado, I hope you have an amazing day as always. And I'll see you all in the next one. Bye!
Yeah!